Shiver has won 7 out of the 11 Splatfests in Splatoon 3. And at one point, she even had a winning streak of 5 Splatfests. Now, a lot of people say that Shiver is only winning because of the simps and not for the themes themselves. But I think the reason she's winning so much is because she simply has the best themes. But the Shiver simps are so sweaty and Japan is racist and is heavily influencing the results. Okay, one, not all people who pick Shiver's team are simps. Maybe they actually like the theme and they happen to be better at the game. Well, I mean, some people might pick the theme because they like Shiver, but that's not the majority. Secondly, the most recent Splatfest was the first regional Splatfest ever, so Japan can't influence the choices. And Shiver still won in the rest of the world. And in Japan, Farai won the Splatfest. So that pretty much disproves the fact that Japan is racist and is influencing the results. Anyways, yeah. So I think Shiver is winning because her choices make the most sense most of the time, because for most of the Splatfests, the choices are more like pick the correct one instead of choices like choose which one you prefer, which is the case for most Splatfests, like the Gear versus Grub versus Fun Splatfest. And Gear makes the most sense because you can find food with Gear and I guess entertain yourself with the Gear somehow. And for the Money versus Fame versus Love Splatfest, Shiver obviously won because you need money. Love and fame is nice, but you don't need it. So this Shiver win was entirely based on the theme and not because of Shiver simps. But for some Splatfests, that's not true. Like for the Nessie versus Aliens versus Bigfoot Splatfest, Aliens was the most popular because it makes sense because the universe is massive and we aren't the only life out there. And for Nessie has been proved to be not real numerous times, and it's not really the correct answer, but Shiver still won somehow. So maybe this could be influenced by Shiver simps. Now for the Zelda, Ice Cream, and Idol Splatfest, those were all entirely subjective and they were all mostly balanced, and Shiver won all of them. So I guess you can blame the Shiver simps for this one. By the way guys, some idols will have win streaks and that's fine. That's how online games work. Now some Shiver wins might be unfair because the choices were unbalanced and the choices were fact-based. And some Shiver wins might be more fair because they were more balanced and the choices were subjective. So the other problem is that some of the Splatfests are heavily unbalanced because one choice is the more correct answer, and then the people that pick the choice get a shit ton of mirror matches, which do jack shit, and they barely go against other teams, which I think is true for the most recent Splatfest, Handshake versus Fist Bump versus Hug, which could be a reason why Shiver won. Because when I was playing Tricolor, I played it like 24 times, and I only got 8 actual matches against other teams. The rest were all mirror matches. So I think it's the choices and the way they are structured that is causing Shiver to win so much. I also think Tricolor is worth way too much points and needs to be nerfed. Farai won more categories than Shiver, but because they were better at Tricolor, they won. Most of the other teams kept getting mirror matches and didn't even have the chance to win against anyone. So it's kind of unfair. So if the devs don't want to balance the choices better or get rid of mirror matches entirely, then they should at least nerf Tricolor to like 13 or 15 points, because 18 points is just insane. Now, I don't think they should get rid of mirror matches entirely because that would just result in not being able to play a game the majority of the time, which would probably drive people away from the game. So what the devs should do is make Splatfest more fair and balanced and nerf the points for Tricolor and just come up with better themes, honestly. Themes are more subjective and not fact-based and more balanced to the point where some teams won't get a bunch of mirror matches. So yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for the video, and I hope you got something from this. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.